in the last 2 weeks, we've had massive planetary shifts. And as you know, I'm not an astrologer, but I follow certain people. Yeah, we've just had Uranus literally on Tuesday, 2 days ago, just moving signs into Gemini and sort of cracking all sorts of things open in terms of communication. And yeah, there's the shifts are continuing to happen. So if we think about it, can I have an example, please? Okay, thank you. All right, now I don't do stocks and shares and things. I don't understand things like that. But what they're showing me is a little bit. I remember watching something where they talked about interest accumulating. So like the first, like I say, a long-term investment, and you put £10 a month in it, and for the first 10 years you really don't see much at all, and then all of a sudden there's this cumulative effect where it starts to go up almost vertically just in the last 10 years or something. Say a 30-year investment, the first 20 years it is adding to it, adding to it, adding to it. And then all of a sudden, there's this kind of explosion where it moves almost vertically. The investment literally is doubling overnight and doubling overnight and doubling overnight. Okay, I think something to do with cumulative, right? So basically, that's the example they give me. So they're saying, imagine us then from 2012 to 2032, that we've been putting in and putting in and putting in the love and the light, and that I'm ready for more, and I'm ready for my best life, and I'm ready to connect to my higher self, and the planet is shifting and humanity is shifting. Over those years, it hasn't seen much return on the investment, if you like. All right, that's what it looks like. But see it as a longer term investment where it's really the last 10 years. Like with a mortgage, you pay, you pay, you pay. 20 years on, it's hardly come down at all. But in the last 10 years, then suddenly it's whoosh, it's all done. So they're saying it's a similar thing with this. So this started in 2012. We are now three-quarters of the way at 2025 to 2032. We've only got 7 years left out of this 20-year period. So we're more than two-thirds, if you like, of the way. Now we're starting to see that interest coming in. Now we're starting to see the work that has been done from 2012 till now starting to really ramp up. So between 2025 and 2032, this is when kind of the mortgage is being paid off. All right. This is when it all is happening, if that makes sense. Okay. So we're starting to really feel the upward trajectory of the energy. We're feeling this uplift. And so when we have this uplift, what it does is it brings in more light and more awareness and more knowledge. And so that then exposes more of the opposite, more of the limits and the control and the fears and the power hungry and all the rest of it. So it looks like on the surface, particularly in certain countries, that there's extra chaos and extra bad and extra this and extra that, and people are justifiably frightened. It's I've many people say to me, what is going on in my country? And I'm like, I know. Okay, this is where you just hold your stillness. What would love say? What would love do? Everything that is not love, this is the bit I want you to really hear. Everything that is not love will be falling away. It will fall away. Everything that is not love will fall away. So when you see and witness stuff that is not love, control, power, anger, craziness, chaos, rah, 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 just know this is falling away. I trust that this is falling away. It is not for me to dictate the time scale on that. I want this done this year. I want this stopped by, next year. That this can't go on. This shouldn't be happening. All of that resistance is fear. Fear is resistance. Okay. So that's just adding more fuel to the fire when we want to put the fire out. Acceptance is what puts the fire out. And accepting what is, even though you don't like it, is a high vibrational stuff. It's high vibrational awareness. It's enlightenment. I don't try and change anything, force anything. I allow what is to be what is. And I trust the process. And I trust my heart, my sense of love, and many others' heart and love that is all raising and all rising. And I trust that all that is not love is falling away. And it doesn't just get to a certain date and then it all dissolves. It's gradually falling away. So just trust the process. By the time we get to 2032, we will not be what people would consider to be in a golden age. You know, there'll still be chaos, there'll still be wars, there'll still be stuff that's not right, there'll still be stuff that's not love. But we will have entered the beginnings of this is the new normal, that we're moving more and more into that space. And that process can take another few hundred years. Okay, it's constantly evolving. And so the golden age is coming, and we've been preparing for it. This 20-year period is the preparation. And as we get to 2032, we have raised our vibration collectively enough as humanity and as a planet and as a universe to be able to enter the next phase of our evolution. After many thousands of years being in this space, now we're ready to go into that space. But we had to have this preparation. And that preparation has actually been going on for a couple of hundred years, but it's really ramped up since 2012.
Hey there, Inspired Evolutionary. If you absolutely loved this, well then here's a full conversation with this guest on the Inspired Evolution podcast. Check it out now.